I'm going to be doing HaileyBird Namer's tag today. I'm super excited about it. It's such a fun tag, and I love doing tags. For those of you who were in the baby name world a long time ago, we used to do a ton of tags on Formspring, and that was so fun. But now, since a lot of us have moved away from Formspring when the whole Formspring crash was about to happen, I don't get to do them very often. So thanks, Haley, for putting this together. So I've got my phone here with the questions. The first one is, do you have a naming pet peeve? Yeah, creative spellings. For sure. I know I've talked about this before. You know, I consider myself to be a creative person. I love, graphic design and just design in general. So I enjoy being creative, and I love seeing creativity in other people, but I feel like there's a cap from creativity to being not even eccentric, but like over the top. And I'm all for, like I said, I'm all for being creative, I'm all for honoring people and all that jazz, but there comes a certain point where it's awkward. And sometimes I see names that are spelled super awkward. And so that's my pet peeve. I feel like that's about as super rigid as I get. Like, I feel like I can flow with a lot of things, but it's hard for me to flow with creative spellings. Number 2, has your opinion completely changed on any names? I can't think of any names that come to mind. I mean, I still don't like Nevaeh. But I think over time, like Haley had said, that her tastes have matured, and I think that mine have definitely progressed. There are still names I love today that I loved a long time ago, but I don't think that, I think that my opinions have grown, but I don't think they've drastically changed too much. I've become a lot more lenient in a lot of things. Like, I know some people are super opposed to popular names, and where I try to avoid them myself, at the same time, my little guy's name is Judah, and if Judah was the #1 name, I still would have used it, because at the end of the day, it's more important, in my opinion, to use the name you really love than to worry about stuff like that. Question number 3, what's the first name you remember loving? Shane and Calvin. And if you followed me in my previous videos and stuff, you'd know that Shane was my kindergarten crush. And Calvin was just another kid that I knew in school. And I remember hearing those names and saying, wow, those names are really cool and different. What do you remember about how you fell in love with names? Like I said, my earliest memories of discovering I liked names was in kindergarten. But when I was 13, my mom got pregnant and with my second brother. And that's, 13, you're fully aware of things. And the gravity of a name really hit me. And obviously I wanted to be a part of that process, which I was not. But that's at that moment when I got a hold of my first baby name book. It was like, this girl is on fire. Okay, so some of my favorites. My favorite double barrel name is Ellie Mae, for sure. Unisex names. Now, I had trouble with this because I know that there are names that could definitely be used for either gender, but the quote-unquote unisex names, which to me, I struggle with this. There are unisex names that I feel have definitely turned toward a gender over time, like Harper. Harper is considered a unisex name, but really, if you saw a birth announcement for a Harper today, you would most likely assume it's a girl. And the other 2 quote-unquote unisex names that are popular are Finley and Quinn, which I personally love for boys. I'm kind of heartbroken about this. because I like names that like clearly identify with a gender. That's just my preference. I'm not a unisex name hater. So I love Philly and Quinn for boys, and they are starting to towards the girls. Looking at you, sister-in-law. So my favorite unisex names: Harper, Finley, and Quinn. Two unisex names that have been feminine for a really long time, but I feel like they've been feminine long enough that they could easily take a hard swing back to the guys, because unisex names most often start with the guys. Names like Madison started as a guy's name and then turned feminine. So two names that have been feminine that I actually think would be really cool to start using on boys again is Kelly and Robin. I think those names are so cool. Like, I'd love to meet dudes named Kelly and Robin. Let me know what you guys think below. My favorite word name. I love Poet a lot. The thing with the name Poet has always made me scratch my head a little bit. Poet is actually the masculine term. Poetess is the female term. And yet everybody's naming their daughter Poet, and I really like Poet, but technically it's not supposed to be that way. That's getting super picky. But anyway, I do like the name Poet. And I like nature word names, like river and oak and aspen, like that. And I also like Whitson. A blogger I followed a long time ago had a really uniquely named family, and she named one of her sons Whitson. And it's, trying to remember, I think it's an old English word for Whitsun Sunday, which is White Sunday. It's like tied to a religious event. I don't really know anything about it, but I just thought Whitsun was such a cool name for Whit Sunday. My favorite place names. I definitely like Ireland. I got to drive through Laramie. I think that's in Wyoming. And I really like Austin. There's so many place names that are so cool. I mean, I'm not even going to list all of them, but there are a lot of cool place names. It's hard to fit them on this list, but those were the first names that came to my mind. Number 9 is a fun one. Name a child with items from your local grocery store or supermarket. They can be brand names or products. So, I really like Macintosh apples. So, I think Macintosh is actually a really cool name for a dude. And, I would name him Macintosh Eagle, because I also happen to have, I checked my pantry before this question. I have Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk, because I'm going to be making macaroons, and I thought Macintosh Eagle is pretty cool. Now, if I had to name an actual child, I probably would put some more thought into this. And for a girl, I really like Maple, M-A-P-L-E for maple syrup. Don't ask me to come up with a middle name. Number 10, name a boy and a girl with names from your extended family. So one of my mom's cousins is Bernadette, and one of my mom's great aunts or whatever was named Helena, and I've always loved the name Helena. So I would do Helena Bernadette. And for the boys, my great-grandfather was Arthur, and my dad has a cousin named Glenn, so I would use Arthur Glenn. Isn't this so pretty? Helena Bernadette and Arthur Glenn. Okay, 11. Name 2 children, any gender, after characters from your favorite movie or TV show. I went with my favorite TV shows. Parenthood, I really liked. I'm so sad it's over. And MASH. MASH has just been a long-time favorite of mine. I still watch MASH, actually. So, for a boy, I would do Crosby Hawk, and for a girl, Margaret Camille. 12. Name 3 sets of twins, boy, 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 girl, and girl, girl, with alliterative initials. Each kid's first and middle have to start with the same letter, but it's up to you if both twins in a set share a letter. So I'm not gonna do names that I would, and some of them I did names that I would definitely use, but other names that I really just liked together in general. Boy, I would do Robin and Rory. For a boy and a girl, I would do Silas and Sally, and Silas and Sally are my personal top names right now. Like, if I happen to have another kid at some point, Silas and Sally will probably be one of their names. And for girl, Keena and Kilmeny. I really like the name Kilmeny. Lucy Maud Montgomery has a book named Kilmeny, and she took it from a Scottish poem about a woman named Kilmeny. It's just really pretty. But a lot of people say it sounds like Kilmeny, and so I'm kind of like torn about it. But if you don't think about that part, Kilmeny is a pretty cool name. Say that now without thinking about what I just said. And the last one, the bonus from Megan's question. Name 4 sets of triplets, all combinations of genders, but they have to have themes. So for girl, I would do all birds. So I would do lark, Phoebe, and sparrow. I really like the name Phoebe. The Phoebe bird is actually my favorite bird because I love how it sounds. I grew up in the mountains of New York, and you knew spring was just ready to come when you heard the Phoebe birds, and their call is you hear how you can get Phoebe. Anyway, you probably already knew that, but I just love hearing Phoebe birds in the spring. And so anyway, boy, I would do Fletcher, Archer, and Hunter. I think that's really cool, but I also really struggled with using my favorite poets. So I toyed with doing Tennyson, Frost, and Henry. Comment below which ones you guys like the best. For boy, girl, I had all of their names start with the letter C. So I would do Clarence, Cecilia, and Cassia. And for boy, girl, I considered doing all those unisex names I mentioned, Quinn, Finley, and Harper. But then I also thought about doing the poets again, of doing Tennyson and Frost and Millay. I don't know, guys. It's hard for me to make decisions. Comment below which ones you like the best. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Definitely you guys should do it. You should comment with your answers, or go visit Haley's video and comment on there. Or even better yet, you should do a video and we'll all come watch it. It's so fun. So thanks, Haley. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you on Instagram.